Hi, in this video, I'll show you how to start making your HTML homepage based on the wireframe layout that we have already created. So this is my wireframe for my homepage. I have my header, my logo, my top menu, my content section, which for my homepage contains thumbnails of different featured images from my portfolio. And then I have a footer, which also has a menu and some other things. So I'm going to open up Dreamweaver, and when you open Dreamweaver, if you don't see this welcome screen, you may be seeing one of these welcome screens, and that's okay. We want to go to the Create screen. We want to create a new web page, but before we can start creating our web pages, we first have to create a Dreamweaver site. A site is a project folder where all your website files will be stored, and it also connects to your server where you will be uploading your files. So I'm going to create a new Dreamweaver site. I'm going to name it Sunny Portfolio. The name is only for our own reference. If you have a lot of sites, you need to be able to identify easily which site you're going to work on. So it's just for clarity. Now this is important, my local site folder. What I've done is now in this folder I actually have all the PSD files, the Photoshop files, my thumbnail sketches, my wireframes. None of this content is going to go up on the website. So I made a separate folder which will only contain the actual website files that will be uploaded to the internet. So this is going to be the root folder or the main folder for my website. And currently it's empty, but this will contain all my HTML files, my style sheets, and image files that will make up my final website. So once again, no Photoshop files, no work files, none of that stuff. This is only going to contain your final site files. I choose that. Next, before I go ahead and save, I go up to servers. This is the second part of setting up a Dreamweaver site. You want to connect to the web server that will be storing your files and displaying them to anyone who visits your site on the internet. So we need to create a new server. I call it Sunny UH. Now this is important, connect using. For the UH server that I'm using, and for all students and faculty of UH, we need to connect using SFTP, which is Secured File Transfer Protocol, not the regular file transfer protocol. Our address is uhunix.hawaii.edu, and we will log in using our UH username and password. I'm going to ask Dreamweaver to save my password. Now at this point, just to check if this connection is okay, I'll click Test. And it says Dreamweaver connected to your web server successfully. So just two more things to fix. One, on every web server, there is a directory or a folder that is visible to the public, to any visitor who comes to access the site. On our UH server, this is called public_HTML. So make sure you spell that out correctly. And the last thing is the web URL. This is the address any visitor would type in their browser to access your website. And for my website, it is For you, it will start out the same, and the last part will be your UH username. Now I can click Save and Save. So I've created my Dreamweaver site and it shows up here, Sunny Portfolio. And as you can see, there are no files in here. It's an empty folder. But as I create files, they will show up here.